Alright, let's go ahead and get on into it. Back at it again. Welcome to the stream. We're going to be doing some Final Fantasy XVI. Decided I might as well check it out for a little bit longer. We're only 6 hours in or so. Last time I played this game, Clive turned into a giant Ifrit, summon, icon, whatever you want to call it. And he went on a rampage, fought with Garuda, and yeah, then he woke up naked in a cell. And then Sid said, come see me. So, I'm gonna go find out what Sid needs. I think last time I already took a look at the shop to see if there was anything we could upgrade, so I don't necessarily think we need to do anything there. Oh yeah, we already talked to Sid actually, so what we needed to do was go, I guess, to this King's Fall. It's our next location.
Yes? What? If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it.
Oh yeah, definitely is summertime. 90-degree weather at 11 at night. Wonderful. And my room is easily like 10 degrees hotter, so it's always cool. Except when it isn't.
I reckon I can
maybe
find
we
a
didn't
buyer.
look at this shop actually. I'm gonna need. Oh wait, am I selling? Oh shit, that's not what I meant. I thought I was on the purchase tab. No, I'm gonna need those. Damn.
You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that. Come again. Oh, don't.
I think we did go through the inventory to see if there was anything we could get though. I'm pretty sure I upgraded some of that gear. Yeah, got that bastard sword, dark sash, steel crowns, some other junk.
Much bothered
All right.
either way.
We should be good to go. But yeah, had some major events during the last stream. I think I said it before, but this game is definitely a spectacle. Whether it's the cutscenes or the QTEs or like the weird icon battles, it's like there's a lot of visual splendor, a lot to behold. Looks great visually. It's
Not
a pretty
so
good
long
looking
ago,
game.
there was a thriving trade route. Then the blight came. The people left. And just like that, it was deserted. Making it the perfect little shortcut. Yab's waiting for us up ahead. Come on. Still feeling sorry for yourself?
Don't. Please.
Think about it, Clive. The rumors all point to...
Somebody whistling. Maybe PTSD from Last
That
of
was
Us
an
Part 2.
Imperial signal. They shouldn't be here. The old fort's been abandoned for years. Our little chat can wait. I need to see what the bastards are up to. You go on ahead and meet up with Gab.
But we both know that.
No buts about it.
Just don't get angry. People don't like you when you're angry. Just stay happy and smiling. Alright. Hunter and the Hunted. Since they gave me the option right off the bat, why not? He has treats this time.
This is stupid. I'm the dominant of fire. We sent Galv on a wild goose chase.
I mean, somebody was creating some kind of fire. You know, from what we saw from the Cairn in the last segment, so... Might be another one. If not that, maybe they're the
More killing.
icon of dominant of explosions or something.
It's over.
During the last stream, we took Benedicta's power, and now we have the wind element as well. So instead of charging forward, we can grab. Basically plays the same. Still use the fire element during some of the attacks, but it's got a handful of differences. I think probably the best thing is that we can end up using multiple abilities. You know, we can use a set of abilities from the wind and then switch over to fire and use some abilities from there. So, gives us an additional range of attacks, and it lets us do some more damage during stagger segments, or gives us more opportunities to do some heavy hits. So it's pretty good. I think that's probably the best of it. But I could see it mixing up the gameplay a little bit. One would think that if we got the wind element, we'll probably be able to get some of the elements from other icons or dominants.
What now?
But that's just a theory. Ooh, a Minotaur. Don't see too many of those.
Beast.
Wrong button. A little bit late on that. Ooh, big old swing on that guy. There we go.
A little help. There, boy. Sick of Toggle.
Alright, there you go. Some opportune strikes. Almost deal 10k damage. Get parried.
My wounds, boy. A little help. Too slow.
Not bad. Sometimes it seems like the enemies take a little while to get slain, but I don't know. I guess they might be mini bosses in some of these instances when something makes a big to-do on its appearance. Bunch of crafting items. Might be handy. Not much to say about that, huh?
Perfect little shortcut, Sid.
Oh, okay.
Straight to a nest of bloodthirsty beasts.
Got a little bit of a problem with it. I don't know how often they come across minotaurs like that in this particular world, though. I would think it'd be uncommon, but I'm not them. Too much going on here. Doesn't seem like there's a ton in terms of, like, NPCs or enemies kind of roving about the area, but it definitely doesn't look like we're sitting at 60 FPS. I think we've gotten knocked down to 30 or so. I've seen that this game can go down as far as like 720 in terms of resolution too, so it's not great, but
It's over.
you know, these games do what they can.
Stay down.
Like I said, though, we've had experience with other PS5 type games, and looking at you, Jedi Survivor. Shit. At least there isn't like severe performance flaws. I think maybe like the second stream last time we played this game, there were a couple slowdowns here and there, but nothing major and definitely nothing prolonged. Okay. Sometimes you can just walk right off of a cliff like that, but other times not so much. Oh, I already got another Minotaur.
Let me through.
Oh shit. Probably should have seen that I was going to be charging. Yep, no mega chops. Nothing super mega choppy from what we've seen so far. Been sort of impressed. Well, I don't know, maybe. I was gonna say with like the big boss battles with all the particle effects going off and like the massive models, I would assume. You'd think like those would probably be a little on the heavier side, but they might just be like really well scripted events, so wouldn't exactly notice.
A little help.
That'll help.
Too early. No mega battle music for this either. Just calmly walking through the forest from the sounds of it.
You know what to do, boy. Sick of Torgal. Not this time. Not this time. You know what to do, boy. Over here.
Pretty much got him cornered. There's not much you can do, just give up. Couple Minotaur mains out of that. Don't be sniffing that. It's gross. I'm sure it's all mangy or musty or something. All that fur.
What is it, boy?
After him! Don't let him escape! Gav!
I was gonna say, is that our friend? I was gonna call him Gus for a second, but not quite that.
Who goes there?
It is me.
This one's a deserter. Take his head.
Oh,
Out of my way.
they actually knew who he was.
You made your choice.
Oh shit. Blast the fire through that guy's asshole.
Stay down. There, boy. This time.
These guys. Dragon Lancer. Huh. And he has a steed. Not fair.
There he is. Don't let him escape. Kill the deserter.
Okay, I see how it is. Thanks, Sid.
Clive, what's the situation?
You're late. Get in trouble.
What?
The Imperials are on his tail. We have to get to him before they...
What?
Understood. I'm here to even the odds. Any objections? I'll take the dragon. You take the dragoon.
I forgot he got that ability. It's like the one thing that they're known for. I probably should remember. Gotta get that timing right.
Die, you bastard! I think that hurt me more than it hurt him. Sorry, lad. Don't know how much help I'm gonna be here.
Bad time for that.
Down, one to go.
Hey, I helped with that. I got 2 strikes in with my super. Ah. What the hell was that? I thought he was gonna send like lances or something after
My
me.
wounds, boy. Get him. Yeah, boy.
Oh, you know what? I think that was Sid's attack actually. What I was worried about.
Better already.
Oh. Ah. Yeah, they got to the first stagger break. They start doing the 2 jumps.
This time. Toggle.
A little bit too much going on right now. Sometimes it's hard to read his movements when like Sid's sending out all that electricity. Three, 4. What the hell?
Since when could these bastards fly? But what goes up must come down. Bloody time waster. Come on, let's finish him off.
Like that too much, huh?
Toggle!
Close to that one. All right. Could have gotten a little bit better. Just a few more potions than I was hoping for, but still. A bunch of crafting materials. No armor.
Come on.
Shit!
Like trying to push him off the cliff? Normally you just want to quarter him until he's got nowhere to go and then gives in. You're going too.
Clive!
Ah, a cliffhanger.
Give me your hand!
He's got the bad shoulder.
Help me!
Help me! Help me, Clive!
I've got you.
Close call. Hey, there he is. Old pre-law back at it. Welcome.
Clive doesn't have your nose, I said. He'd stumble off a cliff, I said.
Well, that's the trouble with a nose like mine. Can't help sticking it where it's not wanted. But if it wasn't for you two, my sniffing days would be over. Thank you. Truly.
So, what news?
Well, found out where your friend's heading for one thing.
Gav,
Him and his mate are on their way to your old stomping ground, Rosaria. You should have seen what they did to the Imperials who tried to stop them. There's no question about it. He's a dominant of fire, all right.
he can't be.
Clive, I saw you turn into an icon before my very eyes. And yes, there's a good chance it was you who killed the Phoenix. But we weren't alone, were we? There was the fellow you saw enter the whirlwind. I saw him too. You didn't dream it, Clive. He's out there.
But who is he?
Don't ask me.
We gotta find out.
But I do know one thing. You're gonna find him and find out. After all, you swore an oath.
What?
You swore you'd avenge your brother's death. That you'd never rest until you'd hunted down the man responsible. So...
What if it
find
is your
out
brother?
if this man's responsible, and kill yourself if he's not.
Sid,
Don't thank me. thank Gav.
Thanks, Gab.
Thank you, Gav.
Yeah, well, yeah.
No birds returning this year.
The Deadlands have swallowed their roosts, like as not. We're running out of time.
We'll be in Rosaria in a day or two.
Back to where it all began.
Oh my god.
He must be stopped.
Alright, well they didn't name him, but I'm gonna assume it's the little brother. Which would be the least surprising thing of all. Alright, back to the hideaway.
Spitting great gouts of fire he was, like a bleeding volcano.
Ever seen a volcano?
What? You think I'm having you on?
Clive! Your friend.
Probably read about him, heard
She's
about him.
awake.
Right.
Go to her, you fool. Right, you lot. Enough slacking. Goots, come with me. Gav, go and get those wounds seen
I forgot about that guy.
Oh, give it to me straight. How long have I got?
So?
All in good time. Let's make ourselves scarce.
Jill.
Yill. Oh yeah, the Moogle. We saw it in the intro for this place, but we've yet to actually see him.
I wonder what it's trying to say.
They even have a Moogle. I've never seen one in the flesh.
Okay.
I'm sure
I
it
guess
said
it's
in my
not
father's
voiced.
bestiary that they live deep in the forest, and that they never reveal themselves to humans. Nectar, you say? Clive.
It's a weird
So
noise.
it would seem.
I wonder if it's voiced in the Japanese version. Sounds like they're using some of the noises
That
from
sounds-
Final Fantasy IX.
Painful.
A couple of the Mog noises from Final Fantasy VII as well. Or at least trying to replicate it. I don't know if they're using the exact same ones, but it's definitely what it sounds like.
Let's get this fixed before someone...
Kind of a funny design they went with. Considering how realistic things are in this version, I would have thought they would have gone with like the more Evilise type Moogles, where they're a little bit more, I don't know, anthropomorphized. Weird to approach someone and take your sword out.
It really is you.
It is.
Clive! You're alive.
So are you. I still can't believe it. Are your wounds healed?
Yes. Talia told me what happened. You saved my life.
After nearly taking it. I had no idea. Forgive me, but how did you ever come to be there, Jill? Fighting for them.
The Iron Blood. They invaded not long after the news arrived about Phoenix Gate. Rosaria had lost her leaders. The Duchy was in chaos. The Iron Kingdom saw our weakness and pounced upon it. They killed the men and captured the women.
And took you back to Ironhome.
I thought they meant to have their fun with me before the end. But the end never came. My powers awoke, and everything changed. It all happened so fast.
We were told that the Iron Blood had captured a dominant and planned to bring her on their latest crusade.
They gave me a choice. To fight for them on the battlefield, or see my countrywomen slaughtered.
And they call us dominants.
What?
Oh, you're not aware of that situation.
What happened, Clive? What happened at Phoenix Gate?
Well, nothing fun.
It was me. I killed Joshua.
No, that's not true. I know you. You wouldn't do that.
It's the truth. I changed into him again, not long ago. The second Eikon of Fire. The one responsible.
Clive.
When I think back to that night... The hooded man, he spoke to me.
Got that nice trombone shot.
What did he say? We have found you.
I was wondering what he said.
What did he mean?
Clive, we should go back there, to Phoenix Gate. I need to know what really happened, and so do you. You need to know for certain. And if what you told me is true, and you did what you said you did, then we will face it together.
Jill, All right.
You'll be needing a change of clothes, then. Out you go, your lordship. We wouldn't want you getting overexcited.
Sorry.
I'll see you soon then, Clive.
Oh. Not coming along?
I should be ready too. We've a long journey ahead of us.
Looks like there's some kind of side quest. I guess we could take a look at it. The side quests that you were able to do last time, they weren't that long. It was just like take a thing to another thing, and there you go.
Ah, Clive. I trust you're settling in?
Gradually getting used to the place.
I'm glad to hear it. I was hoping you might be persuaded to come to my aid once more. Your services will be rewarded, of course.
I don't doubt it. Seems to be the way around here.
We strive to be better than those
Sounds
who
exciting,
once
yes, of course.
Now, as to the task itself, I am once again in need of a pair.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna skip over this.
I'd be happy to.
Marvelous.
We'll help.
Three and...
Because you get gil or items or something, and it's fairly easy, but it's not interesting, and I don't really care about any of these people right now. So... We're just taking food to tables, if it's anything like the last quest, which I believe it is.
We just don't have enough teams to follow everything.
Or maybe we're taking food to
Even if they were
people around the area. See, I was talking with somebody yesterday, and they said, oh, I heard the side quests are kind of like in Final Fantasy XIV. I'm like, what are they like in there? But apparently they're just exactly what this is. You get items, and you take them to people that are around the map. Or you have to talk to someone, and then you have to talk to someone else. Which I guess that's basically what this is. It's just we're under the guise of delivering things. So. And none too exciting.
Back at it.
And if there's any bits of lore information that could be gained from talking to these people, I'm sure it wouldn't even be all that interesting anyway, so. But the rewards may speak for themselves. Out of the way, chicken.
Oh, what I wouldn't give for some wild Mickey berries.
Mickey berries. Sounds like they'd be copyrighted by Disney.
Ah, do you?
Oh, wonderful.
I think that's everyone. I better let Kenneth know.
Let's see what you want while I'm over here.
You, newcomer. I need help.
Could learn my name.
What's the matter?
It's my assistant. She left to gather soil, and I've seen nothing of her since. I cannot concentrate one whit for fear of what might have happened. Please.
All right. Whereabouts is she?
Gotan's bales. It's on not to now go.
I don't know where that is. Gotan's Bayos. Alright. That might end up being something that we have to travel to.
We're looking at half a dozen, maybe more.
Isn't the Moogle funny?
Ah, you're back. Here.
What do we got?
The hideaway's quite something. Everyone has their place.
A fact we are proud of, believe me. You have your place too, of course.
It's kind of you to say so.
It is the truth.
Quest complete. Wow, wasn't that exhilarating? But, get a little experience. I guess those are ability points in the middle there. No gill. We got a gill bug. I think that's like worth 1,000 or something. Speaking of which, I remember getting a gill bug out in the field. I haven't sold it yet, I don't think.
What do you want?
To say farewell.
What do you want?
We're leaving.
Good decision. Better that than buried out there in the black. You've got a lot to thank that girl for, you know.
I know. And I will.
Now, what do you really want? We both know you don't come here for conversation.
Come here for business, not pleasure. Alright, let's see. The materials section, I think, is where it is. There we go. Oh,
You got
it's not worth
else?
nearly as much as I thought.
Off you go.
Oh, wait, I'm not done.
I should probably say thank you to Gav, too.
So your mind's made up, is it?
We'll be leaving for Rosaria as soon as we're able.
Back down memory lane, eh? Rosaria ain't what she used to be, Clive. Not since the Imperials moved in. First sign of trouble, you make straight for Martha's Rest and ask for the landlady. She's a friend of the cause. Tell her you was Sid, and she'll help you out.
Understood. Thank you, Gav.
Yeah.
I'd be lost without you.
Yeah, I'm just doing my job. No need to make such a fuss. You take care. All right. Oh, I'm crap at goodbyes. Where's Sid when you need him?
Give him my regards when he gets back.
I will.
Oh, look at you, all
Sorry to
dressed
keep you
up.
waiting.
Ready, my lady?
Ready.
Wait, you better turn back around, because I'm not done with the shops. Or upgrades. I accidentally back out, because I pressed the back out button too many times. And then they hold it against me. We're going back. Try to make me go unprepared, will you? Besides, what if we wanted to go do that side quest?
What? Go on then.
Let's see, what do we got? Got a brand new sword available. It's 1500 gil. Right off the bat, it's already better than the bastard sword +2, though, so
It'd better all be here.
I suppose probably be worth it. We have a goldwork sash. Not as good as the dark sash +2, but with some upgrades, it may just be.
You're rubbing me blind, you know.
Also have some battle chains. It's only got armor, whereas the steel crowns, they've got, I think, a health increase. I'm assuming that's what the heart means, so maybe we'll hold off on that one. The Breath of Wind. Reduces Rook's Gambit cooldown by 2.7 seconds. That's not that long.
It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
Alright.
I'll be thankful you got that much. I reckon I can find a buyer. Finished, are you?
I think we're good with everything else. Let's go take a look at these upgrades.
Make it quick. So, what'll it be?
I'll make it as long as I want. Oh, we can make a new sword, maybe. It's not as good as what we got, but how much is this one? That's 150. So spurred by her cries, did wind become storm? I don't know. Should we do it? Does it have... It's purple in color. Usually that means it's rare or something. I guess if it only takes a wind shard.
Scratches, right?
Yeah, maybe. Thank you, Hakiri. I appreciate the lurk. Wait a sec. Reinforce the Gaia blade. I could only reinforce the Gaia blade. I can't reinforce that other one. Well, that's a shame.
You can thank me later. Yeah, that should do you. Not my best work, but it'll do.
I like that line. It's not my best work. At least the sword changes. I was somewhat complaining because I did say last time that I like RPGs that, you know, when you swap out a weapon and armor and stuff, they have a visible effect on the character. Armor doesn't seem to change too much unless it's, you know, just that subtle. Thinking about it though, I guess when it comes to the Final Fantasy series, typically speaking, when you swap out like armor, which usually isn't even armor, it's more like accessory based stuff. They don't always change any sort of appearance on the character. It's typically always just been the weapons. I think we're just going to hit up the main quest stuff. I'd like to try and progress as much through the game as we can while actually streaming. So we'll just stick with the main story. Hopefully we don't get locked out of too many side quests or, you know, have them actually end prematurely. That would suck.
Rosaria. It's been 13 years.
But this breeze, the smell of the grass, it's just as I remember it.
You haven't been back either.
Been a little busy.
Branded, keep a close watch on each other in the Imperial Army. You get beheaded just for knowing a deserter. The only way out was on a mission.
I see.
But mostly I was afraid. Afraid to go back.
I know.
But I'm here now.
He's not looking so moody now. It's kind of rare so far.
Thanks to you.
Imperial province of Rosaria.
We should press on.
Got my girl, got my dog. Going home. Life's good.
The hill must be Martha's Rest. Gav said the landlady's a friend.
But can we say the same for her patrons?
Imperials don't tend to take well to those with my mark. If anyone asks, I'm a branded soldier, sworn to protect my noble mistress.
Hopefully no one recognizes you right off the bat like they did last time. Fellow travelers.
Fuse on this one. Explains why there's a premium on Imperials.
Very vibrant over here. It's the most color we've seen in this game yet.
Not this time.
Use some of that magic. This guy's got a bit of HP on him. Kind of like the Minotaur, except, you know, doesn't have the human half. I wasn't sure when it was going to end.
A little help. Get him. There, boy.
What the hell? Wait, what's wandering in the battle? Type of crayfish. Too far away. Alright, well, because of that, I wasn't sure what we picked up from the giant bowl, but surely we got something, right?
Excellent. Another fight.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking. Excellent, another fight.
Stay down.
Ooh, nice ability. Freeze them in their tracks.
That's enough.
Alright, at least they went down quicker. Oh, good. I could actually pick up items from afar. I wasn't aware of that.
You know what to do, boy.
Just loud birds. Huh. Can't cross water? There's a little shack over there. I'm gonna go see if there's something to get. These spools of steel silk.
My wounds, boy.
Good job. I take out two, you take out one. I want to see what's in the shack.
They never finished building the bridge then.
After what happened at Phoenix Gate, it didn't seem the highest priority.
Guess not. No shack for me, dang it. Well, maybe there's something over here at the bridge. Unfinished building project. Some goblins.
Goblins. So even my first mission was in vain.
Not the big one, come on.
Get him! Torgal! You know what to do, boy. Get him! My wounds, boy! Sick of Torgal!
I keep getting into these attack animations that basically are just long enough for me to get hit. Old Gigas. Gigas.
Not this time. Flames to me!
I don't think I've heard him do the flames to me. Just to like call out the element that he's gonna use.
Get him, boy! Torgal! Who's that? Sick of Torgal!
Better than last time. Alright. Couple items. Looks like there's a treasure chest over here too, which is good. Some sharp fangs. I'll take any crafting materials I can get, sure. Keep my gear in top condition. The guy on the road looks like he has a side quest of some sort. I guess we'll see what it is. Something simple, I'll do it, but if I need to go somewhere else for it, then probably not.
Oi! Stop
Oi.
and give me an hand. Here, you couldn't give me an hand, could you?
Sounds like you're already telling me what I can and can't do.
Bearer. Just when I thought my luck had changed.
Hey, calm down, sir.
Still, better a crumb of crystal than an empty hand, I suppose. Though it pains me to use another man's branded. Here, you understand me, don't you? I need your help. These blasted birds must have caught a whiff of my cargo, and now they've got me surrounded. And it was really late as it was. I've got something special needs delivering before the rest, but I dare not leave my cart untended. You couldn't run it up to Martha's Rest for me, could you?
I happen to be going there anyway.
Fine. That's the spirit. All right. Here. You
What are they,
hand that to
Gissel
the
greens?
stable master and no one else. I'm owed a little something for it. If he gives it to you, pass it along to your master by way of thanks. Be off with you then, and don't go taking any detours on the way.
What a bird wants. What a bird needs. It's gotta be Gissel greens then. It's always like the go-to item for chocobos. I could take kind of like a winding route, can't I? Pick up any of these items. Happen to be on the way. See ya.
That's enough. It's over. Not this time.
Alright, that's what I like to see. Getting through the battles a little quicker. Some kind of weird gazelle out here. Those are interesting. Seem to be leading me to an item, maybe. Another sharp fang. Plenty of those. I guess whenever they're used in crafting, they must be used in large quantities. I think I could skip that battle, alright. Not much use.
Here we are. Martha's Rest.
And damn, another side quest just hanging out up there. I go out this way real quick, see what this is. Or if I could even get over there. I guess there's a bridge. Leave them to go deal with that, see what's going on over here. There's some foot pads. Don't get as many people as I wanted, but I liked them screaming.
It's over.
It's so over.
Finish
finished!
Ah, wrong button. Press L1 to dodge instead of R1.
Too many risks.
Too many risks. Didn't risk much. Already down on health. Oh, you didn't take care of the thing over here? You guys are lazy. Alright, we're supposed to go over here, actually. This is where the item was.
We're not alone.
I don't know, it's looking a little bit involved over there. I think I might go back. Seems to be a winding path down to something. It looks like another shack, but as we've seen with some of the shacks that we've already gotten to, can't really get into them. Sometimes they have some treasure chests lying outside though, but I think I could do without.
That's one of our branded. Do we take it?
You the stable master? I was asked to deliver this to you.
Ah, he's the stable master, right outside the city gates. I guess that's where they would be. There you go.
This is for me, right enough. Not sure what some bearer's doing bringing it to me, though. Where's that fool of a peddler got to?
He couldn't come himself. His cart's surrounded by wild chocobos.
Huh. Sounds about right. He'll have it full of Giesel greens, no doubt. Crammed with him, if I know him.
They call them Giesels.
Chocobos go mad for them, don't they? And if you forget to seal the cart up tight, the smell gets out, and birds come running from miles around. Don't get me wrong. They're a fine investment for a savvy merchant, especially around these parts. But you can't get greedy, as our mutual friend is learning the hard way. Still, I got my wares, and that's all that matters. Be sure to pass your master my regards.
Yeah, about that. Got experience, more sharp fangs, and bloody hide. No ability points or anything, but I suppose that's alright. Yeah, it's a good thing it wasn't like an additional quest, because I wasn't really looking forward to doing another one.
Barely have to step out.
I wonder if Martha is as friendly as Gav claims.
Let's go and find out, shall we?
Oh, Martha's actually here. I
Stuff
just
was
thought that was the
further
name of the
down the
place. In memory of a Martha.
Very good to East Pool, leave him in the park.
Actually, I don't actually remember the name. I thought they just said that there was a headmaster or something that took care of the place, but I don't remember if she was named Martha, as far as what Gab was talking about.
It was good, honest work building the aqueduct.
A little younger than I thought.
Excuse me. Would you happen to be the landlady?
Oh yeah, we were just supposed to ask for the landlady.
And why they have an Imperial bearer with them.
For protection, which hopefully won't be needed. If you can advise me on the safest route to the west.
It's your friend here I'd be worried about. Bearers don't have an easy time of it in Rosaria. Even a Stratton lad like him might attract the wrong kind of attention. And if he gets nabbed, it ain't likely to end well for you either.
Then we'll just have to stay out of the malicious way. Gav said he might be able to help us.
Follow me.
Ooh, a little bit of subterfuge.
Sorry for before. Can't be too wary of strangers asking questions in our game. I'm Martha, an old friend of Sid's. He said he had high hopes for a bearer who joined recently. I expect that's you. So, where is it you're headed?
For Phoenix Gate. We have questions that need answering.
Is that so? Well, if you want to avoid the garrison, the road through Eastpool's your best bet. Or it would be, if the bridge hadn't collapsed. A right bloomin' nuisance it is. We've had no trade with the village for weeks.
Could hop over that
I did
gap,
ask
come
our
on.
carpenter to take a look at it. But he went out on another job, and he hasn't come back.
Do you think something might have happened to him?
Fingers crossed he's just taking his time. The alternative don't bear thinking about.
We'll find him. And make sure he's safe. We both need that bridge repaired. Your carpenter sounds like the man to do it.
I see why Sid's got such a soft spot for you. If you could, I'd be in your debt.
You said that he went out on a job?
Right. He went down into the marshes to check on another bridge. The one by the Fallen Gate.
The marshes were dangerous at the best of times. We should hurry.
There's a ladder to the side of the gate. That's the quickest way down, if you've a head for heights. His name is Bernard. Should you find him well, tell him Martha sent you, and that he's wanted at the bridge to Eastpool.
Building bridges. Alright, fair enough.
To the marshes, then. Let's find that ladder.
To the marshes. Sort of curious of what's in the town here, but I mean, according to what we've been able to see so far and other places, I can't imagine that there's too much. Possibly a blacksmith, possibly a shop. Chill fish, huh?
Fish there, son. Come and have a look. Don't be shy.
I see a blacksmith, but seem to be able to interact with him. Elevator of some sort. Oh, look, here's something. What are you? What do you do? Merchant. He's got the Gaia blade, which I already have. And he's got the same stuff, basically, that we could get at the hideaway. Selling some other stuff, though. Meteorites and valley matter.
Thanks very much.
I'll buy one of those, I guess, because they seem to be pretty invaluable.
There you go.
Restock my potion supply. Just take a quick look, see if there's anything else around here. It's looking like we need to go back down to go to wherever the quest marker is.
So much for all parts of the empire.
Excuse me, sir. Just gonna steal your items real quick. There's the bridge. This town reminds me of a little town in like Skies of Arcadia or something. Oh my. Be on you like a rash.
You ain't
That's one way of putting
sword
it.
from its scabbard.
It's not the most charming of expressions, but yeah, I get it. I get it.
There he goes to Eastpool.
Here's the gate. And that must be the ladder.
Alrighty then. I just think it's the R1 buttons. Let's do a little save first. Boy, whatever's going on in this town seems to setting the PS5 off. I hear that. I think it's the PS5 anyway. I hear the fan go off, like sort of like really hard in short bursts. But oh well. Give me a second. I'm gonna BRB for a minute, but we'll be back pretty quick. All right, we should be back. Make sure nothing got unplugged while I got up. Nope, we're good.
I don't care what your orders are, Brandon.
Get away from me!
What was that?
He's talking about something. It doesn't seem to. Seems like he has a problem with us, and then just hear like a Homer-esque scream. Ah, I got cornered by those crawdad things. Yeah, they're a little freaky. If I didn't have a weapon or something, I'd probably be afraid. Actually, they look like some of the heavy hitters from like Elder Scrolls or Souls games. Anytime there's like a crab or some sort of crustacean in a Souls game, oh shit, like a bitch.
Sick of Togo. Over here. Stand down. That's enough.
Thank you. All right. Valley matter, and of course more sharp fangs.
Thank you, my lady. You saved my life.
Not at all. You're Bernard the carpenter, yes?
It's kind of more me, but all right.
I didn't realize my name was known so widely.
I'm a friend of Martha's. She asked us to come and find you.
Well, I'm very grateful for it. I just finished checking these piles when I turn around. I see a gang of slavering monsters looking to feast on my flesh. If you hadn't come when you did, I'd have been snipped into strips by now.
Snipped into strips.
Why, I best go and give my regards to the landlady then, eh?
Stripped into snips.
Actually, she asked that if we found you, we should beg you make haste to repair the bridge to Eastpool.
Of course. I said I'd take a look at it, but it clean slipped my mind. I'll head up there straight away.
It's like a pretty big project for, you know, it just to slip your mind. Oh, the bridge is out, and, you know, it's the main source of trade between us and the other towns. Worry about it later.
The trusses are still sturdy.
That one lone tree out there, like next to his head on the left.
I'll have it done in no time.
Looks weird.
Thank you, Bernard. We were hoping to take the road to Eastpool ourselves. We're very grateful for your help. And sorry for asking this of you after what you've been through.
I owe you my life. Fixing a bridge is the least I can do.
Yeah, he owes us.
My lady. And you too, son. You're with Sid, ain't ya? Me and him, we go way back. Not as far as Martha, mind, but far enough.
I see.
Well, I best get cracking then. You go and let Martha know I'm all right, and she'll have her bridge back soon enough.
We will.
The bridge will be fixed when it's fixed, all right?
All right. Talking to me or what?
Do you like that? Oh, there's plenty more of that.
The music here sort of reminded me of Final Fantasy 15. What do I think about Final Fantasy 15? The Otter, I think it is. It's such a weird game in the series.
Ah, you're back. What happened? Did you find Bernard?
We did. He's fine, and he'll have the bridge to Eastpool repaired soon.
Well, thank the Founder for that.
It was lucky we found him when we did. The creatures out there are not to be trifled with.
It's the Blight's fault. They'd nothing to eat in the north, so they come down here hunting for food. He can't keep going out alone. I'll have to arrange a guard for him. But anyway, thank you. I don't have a lot to offer in return, but you're welcome to rest here until the repairs are finished.
We'd be delighted.
Now, say that they clear out the blight. What's the next step then? Do you try to relocate the monsters? Because they sure as hell ain't going to be moving up on their own. Or does everybody just move up to where the blight was? They just relocate all the cities. I don't know.
Can I get you a drink or anything while you wait? Flagon of Imperial gold, perhaps? Tastes like swill, but it'll slake a thirst.
No, thank you. I prefer the truth about why there are so few bearers around here.
Yes. There were more of them when we were young. Far more.
Is this the Empire's doing? Have they been sent away?
They have, aye. Either to the Legions or Oriflamme. Seems the miners at Drake's Head are having a hard time keeping up with demand of late, so the bearers make up the shortfall. Time was they used to dole out crystals like sugar plums even down here in the provinces, but not anymore. Nowadays, they'll jump at any excuse to confiscate our bearers so they can be put to work elsewhere. I always knew the Empire treated their branded like shit, but after seeing it with my own eyes, well...
Ah, Thea! Congratulations on the new arrival. And you got the little laddie with you?
It was a bearer. The boy I carried for 9 long moons. A bloody bearer.
Oh, you poor thing. You gave it to the constables then?
Just left it at the garrison, aye. Let them deal with it. Couldn't wait to be rid of the blasted thing. Been wanting it gone since the moment I found out.
Well, it's all dealt with now. So no harm done, eh?
Mum, you weren't my brother, was he?
No. But you'll have one soon enough. You just have to be patient. All right?
All right.
Perfectly timed to show the feelings of the people.
Bearers may have been looked down on back in Archduke Elwin's day, but they were still human beings. Now they've fallen so far, a beggar wouldn't spit on them.
Can't they command magic?
Since you're not drinking, do me a favor and take that to the Abbey. There's a darkness at the heart of this world, and I'd have you see it.
And we'll see it at an abbey?
Glademond Abbey, on the shore of Sorrowise Bay. The abbot there is a friend. Tell him Martha sent you, and he'll show you what I mean.
Guess we can just rest up until the bridge is built. Oh, well. Also, I'm not seeing any particular effects for the sword that I'm using, so I think I'm going to just switch it out with the one that does higher damage. Because, yeah, it doesn't say anything. No elemental properties or anything. Maybe by the time we upgrade it, or if we can even upgrade it, it will be pretty good, but for right now, it's seeming like the Gaia Blade +2 is going to be the way to go.
It was good, honest work, didn't I?
Let's see if we could
Make sure you're aiming that at the fish. Where'd you get these
take this elevator thing over there.
Fresh cuts. Get your
Oh my god. Shut up for a sec.
I knew that children were tested, that a bearer's fate was decided at birth.
And assumed it was best for all concerned. I know. But for a child to be blamed, to be hated by its parents through no fault of its own.
We knew nothing of what it meant to be born that way, did we?
No.
Killer bee.
Stay down. Sick of Toggle.
Sea of bees. going back to my initial thoughts about Final Fantasy XV, boy, when that came out, I wasn't even sure what to think about it. I mean, prior to its release, we had all seen the footage, you know, that they had released the game. There was some of the gameplay stuff, and obviously they'd show off a lot of the action bits, some of the more cinematic battles and all that, but it's just such a strange game. I mean, the combat system alone could probably talk about for a good while just because of how odd it was. I mean, not unlike this game, you couldn't switch between characters, so, you know, for a Final Fantasy game, that was already odd. With Final Fantasy XII, I mean, you could independently control and switch between characters, so, you know, that was sort of unique, but Final Fantasy XIII went back to kind of the party system, where you would end up, you know, having multiple party members throughout the duration of battle. You'd have to go through each of their turns. It was a little bit more traditional in that sense, as opposed to potentially just sticking with one character, or, you know, potentially manipulating one for a longer period of time like you did with 12. But for 15, yeah, you could only control Noctis. Kind of ended up sticking with that particular design. You could only control Noctis, and you could only, you know, upgrade and get equipment and weapons and stuff for him. So it was, you know, kind of an interesting take, but also something about the combat, like, I'd have to go back and play it because I don't remember exactly what it was like, but it was kind of leaning more on the side of action oriented, but it wasn't as precise as this game is. This feels kind of more like an action game than anything. You know, it's not perfect. It's not, as much as we've compared it to, it's not Devil May Cry. But, you know, there's a sense of timing and dodging and stuff that's seen in a lot of action-type games. And with 15, that wasn't the case. There wasn't really any sort of timing or deflecting, I don't think, involved. It was more just like trying to figure out what moves you had to make, but you couldn't, like, I don't think you could defend or dodge or anything. You could kind of run around and skirt around enemy attacks, but that was about it. But it was such an odd thing. Eventually, like I had mentioned before, they ended up coming out with a DLC, and, you know, the DLC expansions added more missions, more stuff to do. There was even like a Monster Hunter-esque, like, party hunting thing, so it was kind of interesting. I remember some friends wanted me to play that, but I had to subscribe. I had it on PlayStation 4, so I had to subscribe to PlayStation Plus, which I wasn't really looking forward to doing. Plus, you had to buy that expansion too. It was like $15 or something. Oh yeah, I gotta do Plus and I gotta buy this? Maybe not. But yeah, there was a lot of game stuff that was added after the fact, which made me just feel like it was an incomplete game when it was launched. So, my opinion right there on it had kind of soured.
Good day to you.
Good day.
I'm afraid the Abbey is not open for public prayer. May Griga go with you?
We came to offer a donation. From Martha.
I see.
It's on his side there. Looks like a lightsaber hilt.
Follow me. I don't want to die. Please, Father. Something for the pain. I beg you. The light, it fades. I don't want to die alone. It's all right. I'm here.
Who are these people?
Martha's bearers. She entrusted them to my care, that I might ease their suffering. To the extent that I can. For the time they have left.
Something happened to him? It's kind of weird. Oh. Petrification.
The curse has taken them. All of them.
As it does every bearer forced to use their gift. With each draw on the ether, their bodies petrify, till all that remains is stone and pain, and so they are cast aside. There is nothing either Martha or I can do to change that, but we can at least strive to make their final hours a little more bearable. Have faith, my son, for you shall rise again and find the happiness denied you in this life.
Thank you, Father.
His actual father, or was he just calling him father on account of the, church thing?
I must offer you my own thanks for the medicine you so kindly brought. Now their final moments may be moments of peace. When next you see Martha, pray tell her that 2 more have succumbed.
All right.
We should get back to Martha's Rest.
Yes, we should.
Any explanation on that exactly? The crystal's curse. Here we go. Price bearers and dominants pay for channeling aether through their bodies. The gradual petrification of their flesh does not affect those who use a crystal to cast magics, beginning with a stiffness and ache in their extremities. As the curse progresses, limbs are rendered immobile and the pain unbearable. At last, the victim turns completely to stone, and the body crumbles to dust. There is no known cure. Used to be gold needles. Maybe they haven't invented those yet. I guess we've seen people use crystals to cast magic, or, use magic of sorts, so I wasn't sure if that was just something that, they were using as sort of like, what am I thinking of? Like a channeling device. Like a wizard would use a wand or staff or something like that. Or if that was something that the magic was coming from in and of itself, which I guess it seems like it's the latter. So, the bearers that use the magic from their own bodies seems to pay a bit of a hefty price. Maybe these guys shouldn't be so liberal about using them. Curious what this bird is.
Let's make this quick.
I think it was kind of like a rare thing or something. Oh my god. Boy, that attack she did. Holy cow. I don't know if I got anything from this thing. It's a pretty looking bird. Bird of paradise-esque.
Company.
Megalocrab.
Stay down.
You lose.
There, boy.
Crab wasn't even aware I was playing the game.
Get him, boy.
Oh shit. Didn't think it was facing me.
Stay down.
Go pick up this item real quick. I can make our way back around. Just looking a little involved over here. By which I mean there's just too many enemies. I'm not looking to do 100 battles. We'll get through what we can. Seems like the game is opening up a little bit more. So we might have some opportunities, maybe off stream, to go back, do some side quests, or grind through some battles. Something like that. I can explore these regions. I'd like to get a healthy taste of what the surrounding areas are going to be like on stream, just to kind of get a feel for everything, but otherwise, I don't think I'm good. At some point, it looks like we might be able to start riding the chocobos, too. As per all the other Final Fantasy games, once you're on a chocobo, you do not get into battles. So, and besides, you can move around faster, too. Handful of benefits to it.
Fresh cut. Fresh cut. Let's get these turnips.
Let's see what this is. Undressing greens of Gissel. Never down raw, less bitter juices inspire violent retching and loose bowels. Avoid the fry pan, lest foul stink taint the iron, rendering none better than slag. And by no means put to stew, lest the vapors overexcite stabled boss. I don't know what that means. It, if suffer the fodder one must, first mix with 9 parts drake's mint, 6 part lemon peel, or 3 parts ginger root, and soak in honeyed wine for a quarter moon to lessen malodor. Good to know. You know, the Gissel's always apparently stunk. I'm just thinking about Final Fantasy IX when Steiner got addicted to the Gissel pickles. So, following cheatery will be repaid with swift boot to the arse. Mucking, stacking, packing, peeking, palming, foisting, and fingering. No fingering around these parts.
Ah, you're back. Thanks for taking care of that.
The abbot had a message for you. 2 more have succumbed.
I see. Come upstairs.
Oh.
So, now you know, eh?
I've seen plenty of bearers die on the battlefield. But never like that.
And all because they were born different. The powers that be can't take away their gift, so they strip them of their humanity instead. Oh, there's plenty who pity a bearer's plight. But so long as we're content to sit around, weeping for those on whose broken backs we're carried, we ain't gonna change nothing.
And so you lend Sid your strength?
What little of it I have. Use profits from this place to buy the poor buggers.
So when the abbot told us the bearers were yours...
Aye, they're my property, at least by law. Any still fit to work fetch a price beyond my means. All I can do is care for those who are past mending. But it's not all doom and gloom. Bernard's finished fixing that bridge for you. You can carry on to Eastpool now. You got questions that need answering, ain't you?
Never even got to rest.
Well, I wish you luck.
Thank you, Martha.
Oh, I almost forgot. Sid and I have other friends in Rosaria. Wear this, and they'll know you for one of us.
Secret badge. Seal obtained. You've obtained the slumbering chocobo from Martha.
And know that you will always be welcome here.
No more words.
You were right, Sid. It really is them. Lord Rosfield and Lady Warwick have come back to us. And long may they stay.
Quest complete. Get a little bit of money out of that. That's nice. Not too much experience, though. Yeah, some gill bugs as well. And then crafting materials.
Sid.
Man himself.
Ah, Clive. You're not where I left you.
Hurt your hand.
I did, aye. With 1,000 little lightning bolts. Can't fling them around the way I used to. Think of it as my decoration for long service and exemplary misconduct.
At least he uses the crystal for the little things. He was lighting one up with the electricity, though.
But you didn't come here to compare war wounds.
We didn't.
Thank you, Sid, for everything.
If you want to leave, that's your lookout. I'm sure you'll have a long and happy life together if you stay out of my way.
Sid!
Oh. I knew a girl, back in the day. She was a slave to her fate, just like you. I wanted to save her. For a while, I even thought I could. But just because you think something doesn't make it true.
Sid.
I'm no savior. Just a conceited old fool. I talk about people forging their own futures. But instead of handing them the hammer, I beat them with my own. And if no bugger wants to listen to what you've got to say, you might as well keep your gob shut. But Clive, I will say this. You're not a monster. You're the same man you've always been. Accept that, and you may yet escape your fate.
My fate?
Apparently he's in on something.
You've had a hard life. And I don't see it getting much easier. You might not be able to save anyone else, but at the very least, you can save yourself.
I'll try.
And Jill. I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to talk, but I trust you'll take good care of the boy.
Yes, I will.
Is that the last of it?
Aye.
We best head back then. Wouldn't want to keep Nan waiting. Ta-ra then.
I'm sure we'll meet again. Seems like a fairly big character, just be walking off like that. Alright, we've got some distance yet between us and the goal, so let's get a move on. This guy's probably gonna say something.
Don't you worry about them boards. I use good solid lumber. It's the base on the other side you want to be careful of.
Fair enough.
Martha said the blight had spread even further south, pushing yet more monsters down.
I don't know how often this auto saves, so better safe than sorry.
Along the way.
Then we shall have to keep our wits about us.
Let's keep our wits about us by jumping headlong into a group of monsters.
Stay down.
One of these days I'm going to have to go back and play Final Fantasy 15, same as I'm going to have to go back and play Final Fantasy 13. But particularly I've had my eye on the Windows edition. I guess that includes everything that got added later on. Kind of sucks because, like I said, the game seems fairly incomplete. Which, well, you know, upon initial release, which is the version that I have, and it's like to get the more complete version that's got the additional character episodes, and it's got, you know, the actual being able to switch between characters for combat and all that kind of stuff. It's like you have to pay a DLC price for it. So, well, if I'm already, look at Animal Toys. If I'm already paying a DLC price, or if I need to pay a DLC price to get all the extra bits for a game I already paid $60 for initially, might as well just rebuy the game when it goes on sale, $30, or however much they sell it for these days. It's pretty old by this point. But I've always kind of been curious to see, alright, what's the intended version of this game supposed to be like? It sure as hell wasn't what it was like when it first launched, I'll tell you that much.
Sick of Toggle. Get him, boy.
Bad. Almost 13,000 in damage. I hear, as far as like the character sub-stories go, actually I hear that all of them are pretty damn good. There should be one for each character. There's like an Ignis one, an Opto one, Gladius one. But I hear in particular the Arden one, which was the main villain in the thing. That one was pretty good, so I'd even just like to play it just for that, see what that's like. It was somewhat of a charismatic villain, I will say. Overall, thinking back to Final Fantasy 15 and like the story, it's like I actually remember the story surprisingly. Just with a lot of games, especially like that, where I played it over such a long duration of time, it's hard for me to keep track of what happened, but it's like I remember all the major story beats, and it's like it was fairly interesting, kept my attention. Obviously I wanted to end up finishing it, so it's like was able to. It just took me I think a year or two to actually do it. Most of the time when I get a game, especially if it's brand new, I'll end up finishing it within, you know, first couple months, but yeah, that one took a while. When that game starts off, it's just everything feels so casual about it. Like nothing feels like it's, you know, kind of taking itself seriously. I guess when it comes to Final Fantasy, I prefer the plot line gets moving kind of right away.
We're not alone.
Because, you know, most of that game is the open world segment. The whole open world segment is Noctis hanging out with his buds before he has to go to a wedding. His wedding. And then once you go to the wedding, once that part actually happens, then like the plot line starts kicking in. But it's like you spend a long time. It's kind of like the reverse of Final Fantasy XIII, which is such a weird gameplay choice. But it's like do all your grinding in one big portion of a game, and then at some point you just have a game to play. But whereas Final Fantasy XIII, where the whole grinding segment was towards the end of the game, this one was like more towards the beginning. It's like you do all your grinding at the start, and then eventually get the plot line moving, and then it becomes much, much more linear. But, you know, I had my fun with it, sort of. I did actually like the monster hunt type things. I guess that's why they ended up turning that into a multiplayer aspect.
Not this time.
I was able to get that attack through.
That'll help.
There you go. Not bad. Got some kind of gear, I think. Every time I go to the map, it takes so long to get back to the other tabs. Bloodhawk Jess increases aerial combo damage. Oh, that's interesting. I do aerial combos every once in a while, but you know you can only do them so much. I guess you could use Torval to, or is it Torgal? I forget if it's a V or a G. You could use the dog to launch enemies in the air. I could probably do something more with that. Increase potency of healing potions. It can increase defense or increase the Scarlet Cyclone damage. Which, that's a pretty hefty attack, especially when we're dealing with like some of the bigger enemies. Seems like I want to do a little bit more damage, because sometimes these battles take a bit. Maybe I can take off the defense. Just thinking about it doesn't seem worth it. More defense or more damage for very particular circumstances. Might end up being an accessory that I sell at some point. What do you want?
You there! Over here! Excuse me, I'll use that blade of yours. Ugh, curse my luck. I'm branded. No time to haggle with whoever holds your leash. Wait. That's the slumbering chocobo you're wearing. You and the Marfers, are you? Good. She won't begrudge me the use of you, then. Not while there's wolves about. We tried dealing with them ourselves. Made out baked, think we might swoop in and slaughter the lot. But we didn't expect the pack to be quite so bloody big.
I expect the blight drove them here. They must have fled their homes for greener pastures.
Well, we'd hoped empty bellies might make them easy prey. We'd made them mean instead. Martha's no fool, so she must see something in you. Do us a favor and get rid of them, will you?
Fine.
Right. I suppose those wolves pose a threat to everyone.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. I'd wager...
That's what I'm talking about. Just point me in the direction where they are. I'm assuming that's the direction. Looking longingly in the distance. Take a sec to move my mic stand up. I think I broke my mic stand, actually. One of the legs wasn't sitting right, so I kind of put a little pressure on it and ended up making it snap. So, it can still stand, but,
You look hungry, all right. Hungry and mean.
Not doing so hot. So I could probably buy a new one, but I like to get as much use out of things as possible. Of course, I've been hanging on to this mic stand for like 7 years. I've had it for a while.
Stay down.
only thing is, I just don't know what kind of mic stand I would want to get. I've made plenty of complaints about this one, just because of how it's not really meant to support the weight of the mic that I have.
Road safe.
The price. The side quest markers point me in this direction. By this direction, I don't mean the one I'm heading. I mean the one that's over there. But at the same time, it's like if I get a mic stand arm, I don't really have the setup for that, so it might end up being an issue. So, I don't know. I remember looking at my options probably about a year ago. And there was one I kind of had my sights set on. I think I might even wishlisted it on Amazon, but I wasn't 100% sold on it. Besides, it was fairly expensive. It was like close to $100. So.
Get him!
Yeah. Boy, you get launched, don't you? Oh, boy.
There, boy!
Actually, I don't know what to do with it. I had the dog commands up.
Get him, boy! There, boy! Get him! Sit him, Toggle!
Probably should lock onto him too. Might help with these weird camera shifts.
There, boy!
Getting a little too crazy. Alright. Is the garden anything good?
Stay down!
I think I see a chest over there, but it's like we have to go through another Minotaur. Well, these losers want.
It's over.
So we can skirt around this guy without aggravating him. Meteorite. Alright, a couple items. Nothing super remarkable, but probably good getting experience where we can.
Wonder how long that bait will last.
Hello, vexed villager.
You, Bryce?
What's it to you, bearer?
Your friend asked me to get rid of the wolves. So I got rid of the wolves.
You'd have me believe a single bearer slew the entire pack. Then again, if you didn't, you wouldn't be on this side of the bridge. Bugger me, you're a tough one, aren't you? Oh, Frederick! You wily bastard. I never thought to pay
You wily
beast
bastard.
like that. You served us well, bearer. Be sure to pass our thanks, Jill Master.
Everyone says that. This must be a form of speech. Don't really mean anything by it. Alright, we got some gil. Got some crafting items too. Meteorites always come in handy.
Look, the windmills. That must be Eastpool.
Stand down!
Make it look easy.
Well, was pretty easy, surprisingly. After all the battles we've been fighting so far. Takes so damn long. Refreshing when you can end something in, less than 30 seconds. Hello. Oh, shit. I was actually seeing if I could pet it. I didn't really want to fight it. But yeah.
It's over.
Sorry, antelope. They are antelope. I mean, they kind of move like it, so that's why I called it that, but, It's Final Fantasy. Figure they'd have some weird name. Antizophagus or something.
I remember coming here with Lord Murdoch when I was young. Rosaria seemed a very different place back then.
Hit by a sudden wave of frames. 10 bloody hides. Often thought about going back to another type of microphone. Specifically something more like a condenser. Use a dynamic microphone for... Well, when did I get this one? I've got the Electro Voice RE20 now. I've been using it for maybe a little over a year. But I was using the Samson QU2 prior to that, and I was probably using that one for a good 2 years.
Isn't it?
Yes.
You're Clive Rosfield.
Who you?
It's me, Hannah, Rodney Murdoch's wife.
Oh, yeah.
Hannah.
Actually, I don't know who you are. But I know Murdoch. Unfortunately, he
I knew
got
it was you.
burned away.
You haven't changed at all. The Lord Marquis and Jill too. It's so good to see you both again.
It's a little on the young side for, all that time ago.
If you have time, you simply must come back to the house. I haven't much to offer, but what is mine is yours.
We should be delighted.
And you have been wandering the world ever since. I can well understand fleeing from those iron blood brutes, but oh, to take to the road at such a tender age.
It wasn't easy, but we survived, and
now we're back. It's wonderful to see
And
you
now we're
safe and
back.
well, Lady Hannah.
Poor girls overcome with emotion. They're all being nonchalant about it.
Do you think you will stay here, in Eastpool? Rosalith still enjoys the Mother Crystal's blessing, does it not? You could always move.
This house holds a lot of memories for me. So long as I can live here in peace, Here I shall stay. Not that it matters. The capital is closed to civilians, by order of the Duchess. Or should I say, Her Imperial Majesty. Annabella's marriage to the Emperor of Sambrec heralded a great many changes here.
Yes. Of course.
Oh, forgive me. I didn't mean to...
Please. There is nothing to forgive. Would my mother not make an exception for you and your husband? Surely she would not refuse the Lord Commander.
You haven't heard, then. Rodney passed away on the night of the fire. He never returned from Phoenix Gate.
I'm sorry.
Clive.
My poor child. You look pale. All this traveling must have taken its toll. I insist you rest. We can talk later.
It's not that. It's just, responsible for cooking your husband well done. Actually, more than that. He's got charred up.
Are you sure you don't want to sleep inside?
I can't.
Kind of surprised he got out of his
After
armor.
what I did.
Lady Hannah said she would prepare a change of clothes for you in the morning. She really has been very kind.
Years of killing. 13 years without the faintest glimmer of hope. It was only Joshua that kept me going. I swore that I would avenge his death. That I would kill his killer. That was the only thing that gave my life any meaning. But if it was me who killed Joshua and Murdoch and all the others, then why the hell am I still breathing?
I ask myself the same. When I fought, hundreds died. There were so many bodies, so many lives cut short in their prime. That day in Dalmekia, I wanted to join them. I wanted it all to end. I couldn't bear it anymore. If living meant being that, better to be just another body.
I'm sorry.
Do you remember that night on the balcony, when we looked up at the moon? I said a prayer to Metia, and that prayer was answered.
What's that red thing? Oh my god, she turned into a child. Oh.
You came back to me. The heavens must have a plan for us.
Got a plan for something. Getting awful close there.
We should get some rest.
Right.
It's a little awkward.
Good night, Clive.
Maybe some sexo another time.
Sleep well.
Thank you, Lady Hannah.
Oh.
Now people will not flee at the sight of me.
You look
There's
just
that
like
armor.
Elwyn did when he was your age.
How did you come to have some of my father's old clothes?
It definitely looks more Final Fantasy-esque.
Before Elwyn became Archduke, our families would often summer together. He and Rodney were like brothers. These clothes have been in a wardrobe for years, collecting cobwebs along with everything else.
Well, I'm very grateful for them. And sorry for depriving you of your memories.
Not at all. It's what your father would have wanted.
They suit you well. Thank you, Lady Hannah.
Yes, thank you. You've been most kind.
No, I should thank you. It may only have been for a short while, but seeing you again took me back to happier times. Fare you well, my lord and lady.
And you, Lady Hannah.
He looks like a vampire.
If we follow the road
A
to
little
the
bit.
north, it should take us all the way to Phoenix Gate. Let's go.
I haven't been really thinking about it. Where'd you get that sword? Is that sword different too? I haven't really been thinking about it, but it's like with all the promotional material and stuff, whenever you see Clive, he's wearing this outfit, and it's like, you know, so far we've seen him, I mean, probably like 10 hours into the game, he's been wearing that Imperial stuff. Which, you know, looks fine. Suppose it was a little bit drab, but... I guess we could take a quick look around the town, see if there's any chests or something. Usually seems like there's a couple items to pick up. Nothing too major, though.
Wonder if Martha could spare us a few bushels.
Going back to my microphone talk, because I'm sure it's exhilarating of a conversation as we could have here, but basically, I used to use a condenser microphone back in the day. I mean, when I first started streaming, I was using a cheap gaming headset that had a mic attached to it. It sounded awful. Some of the early clips that I still have on Twitch, haven't deleted yet, still have me using that microphone. And yeah, they're pretty damn bad, but you know, you just plug it in. Didn't even go to the PC or anything, it just went straight into it like mixed itself into the game audio. So it was much more convenient, say that much. It's like nowadays I've got like a mixing box, software, and you know, I've got a lot of different things to reroute mics through and get better audio out of. And obviously it makes it sound better, but it's a lot more hassle to set up. Of course, once you get everything worked out, it's just a matter of plugging in a handful of things, but getting that initial setup is kind of shitty. Every time you get a new piece of equipment, you gotta potentially reconfigure the whole thing. So, it can always potentially be kind of sucky.
Anything take your fancy?
First, like, real microphone I got, though, was a Blue Yeti, and that was kind of, I guess you could call it an industry standard, and I hadn't even really heard anything about it. I'm sure maybe at the time I had looked up to see, you know, what are the best rated microphones on the market. I remember taking a look at, you know,
There you are.
Amazon reviews and seeing which one had the most purchases and which one was rated the highest, and Blue Yeti was always at the top, so I'm like, oh, give this a try. And, you know, anything. It's kind of funny, too, because those microphones, I was surprised I'd spent that much, but it was like 70, 80 bucks.
Those are Elwyn's.
Who the hell are you?
You're his firstborn. Clive Rosfield.
You're mistaken.
Oh, you can't fool me, my lord. You're the very image of your father. And that would be true even if you weren't wearing his clothes.
This outfit wasn't a good idea.
The garments Hannah was keeping for you, if I'm not mistaken. She always swore that she would never part with them until the day Elwyn's sons returned. And now that day has come. Why, you'll be able to take your bearers back as well.
My bearers?
Yeah.
Forgive me, Master Mayor. I was a child when last I came to Eastpool. I didn't recognize you.
Oh, I'd be surprised if you recognized anything at all. Much has changed since Rosaria fell to the Empire. Not least for the bearers, who once served her noble families. When the Ironbloods sacked Rosalith 13 years back, many who lost their masters fled here in search of sanctuary.
And never returned.
Aye. The plan was to send them home once we'd won back the capital. But then the Imperials arrived. Rosaria became a province of San
Doesn't look like they're prepping anything. Looks like they're looking through the hay bales, trying to find something. Needle in a haystack.
Back in your father's day, any bearer who lost their master became a ward of the duchy. We'd hand them over to the sheriffs, and they'd be assigned a new position. But when we saw how the Empire treated their branded, we knew that wasn't an option. So they've been here ever since.
And now you want to give them to me?
They're yours by right, Lord Rosfield. Bequeathed you by your late father. And they'd be better off serving you than hiding here. Indeed, many of them used to serve your house, and still considered the Rosfields their masters.
I'm no one's master. Not anymore. They wouldn't be safe with me.
I understand. You'll forgive an old man his fanciful notions. Been daydreaming for too long. But still, I would ask a favor of you. A small mercy.
If it is within my power.
One of the bearers is an elderly fellow who still swears absolute loyalty to Archduke Elwyn. I don't ask that you take him into your service, only that you meet with him. Let him see that Elwyn's son still lives, and that he's as fine a man as his father ever was.
You coming on to me, sir?
My honor. Thank you, my lord. He sits by the well most days, watching the people go about their business. If you could show him your face, I would be most grateful.
That's the main quest, alright.
As fine a man as my father.
You're not so very different, you know. Especially dressed like that. Come on, let's go and meet that bearer.
Alright, I guess. Nobody by the well, goddammit.
He's not here.
Well, I can't leave without meeting him. I've let the mayor down once already. It would be cruel to disappoint him again.
All right, let's
Can't
ask
just be at the
around.
behest of the mayor.
Someone must have seen him.
Well now, unfamiliar faces. What brings you to Eastpool, travellers?
We're looking for an elderly bearer. You wouldn't happen to have seen him, would you?
Ah, you mean the old boy who always waits by the well?
Yes, that's him.
Old
What's
Bane.
What business do you have with him, if you don't mind me asking? You're not from the capital too, are you?
We are, in a way.
Well, then it's a pleasure to meet a fellow Rosalithian. I was born and raised down Market Street. And never would have left if Archduke Elwyn had survived the fire. It wasn't the same when the Duchess took over, though. All the beatings, the evictions, the levies going up and up and up, even as the blight took half the harvest.
Sounds like a fun time.
Oh, listen to me. Telling you what you already know. I'm sorry. And I'm afraid I can't help you with your bearer either. Though I doubt he'll have gone far. He comes here every day. Almost as if he's waiting for something.
We'll keep asking around then. Thank you.
He's waiting for me.
Good day, milady. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a bearer, an elderly fellow who used to serve the Rosfields. Have you seen him?
Ah, that old loon. No sign of him today. Funny, he's usually down by the well at this hour, cooking up his fantasy feasts.
I'm sorry?
Oh,
the next Final Fantasy
he
spin-off.
worked in the kitchens at Rosalith's castle back in the day. Still thinks he's there now. You'd often hear the poor fool chatting away to the Archduke. Living in a dream he is. But better there than here, I suppose. Can't imagine the Viceroy stopping to trade tales with a bearer. Can you?
No.
Anyway, you'll be round here somewhere. Doubt he has the path to stray too far.
Thank you. We'll keep looking.
Hey, hold on a mo. Young Patrick, the chocobo keeper, might know where he is. He's taken the old bird under his wing, so to speak. He'll be in the stables. You should go and have a word with him.
Patrick the Chocobo Keeper. Thank you. We will.
I'm sorry, Jill. For making you do all this in my stead.
It can't be helped if we're to keep up the pretense. Come on, let's head for the stables.
Way ahead of you.
Where the bloody hell's he got to?
Excuse me, but is something the matter?
It's this bearer I've been minding. I take my eyes off him for 1 minute and he disappears. He's not in his usual spot by the well, nor anywhere else in the village.
You must be Patrick.
I am, but...
And this bearer you're looking for, he's an elderly man who used to work in the Rosalith Castle kitchens, yes?
That's the fella. How do you know all this? I've never seen you in Eastpool before, but you seem to know the place better than I do myself.
Eagles screech in the distance.
Ah, so that's how it is. Well then, if you're acting under orders of the mayor, you're on about to help me find him. He's been losing what little sense he had left of late, saying the sheriffs are coming to collect him and that he needs to go back to the castle. I was supposed to watch over him, keep him out of trouble. But if he's walked out on us, there's not a lot I can do.
Understood. You keep searching here, we'll look for him outside.
Thank you. I'm in your debt.
And then he just walks off.
I hope he hasn't wandered into trouble.
Let's just concentrate on finding him.
Well, apparently, according to the quest marker, it seemed to have gone too far.
Still no sign. Could he have strayed even further?
Oh, I'm sure he strayed the furthest. Anyway, back to my riveting microphone talk. Not as riveting as the gameplay here. To go find an old man in the fields. Yeah, so that Blue Yeti microphone, I ended up finding out that the reason people liked it so much was because...
There's someone over there.
it was used by old
It might be
PewDiePie.
him. We should hurry.
I guess back when PewDiePie used to do gaming videos, that was the microphone that he used at the time. So
I can't lead them to the old man. They need to die.
the millions of people that watched him were like, what's the microphone he's using? It must be the best. And it's become a standard for everybody. Every 2-bit streamer and podcaster alike, they'd all end up using the Blue Yeti. So the problem with the Blue Yeti was its condenser microphone. And I remember certain streamers said they used it and hated using it because it picked up a lot of background noise. Boy, I didn't pick up on it initially, but once I heard somebody say that, I listened back to a couple of my streams and stuff, and you could hear the buttons clicking on the controller, like with just minor presses. And Lord, if I was playing a PC game and used a keyboard and mouse,
That's enough.
huge issue when it came to all the noise with that. So eventually that ended up being sort of a catalyst for me to switch out what I was using at the time. Took a while though, because I ended up buying a second one. Didn't need to, but I thought the first one that I had ended up breaking on me, and it didn't. So, but at least with the second Blue Yeti I got, I guess it came with, Assassin's Creed Origins.
Are you all right, my friend?
So that was nice.
Come on. Let's go home.
Your Grace, you came for me. I waited for you so long, but you finally came.
I'm not who you think.
Clive.
Yes. Pray forgive my long delay.
It's nothing, Your Grace. I prayed to the Founder that you would come, and at long last, he answered. Will we be returning to the castle, then? There is still a place for me in the kitchens?
No, my friend. We will not be returning to the castle, not yet. I'm on a very important expedition, one which may take some time. Could you wait for me in Eastpool until my journey is complete? I will come back for you then. I promise.
Of course, Your Grace. For you, I would gladly wait until my dying day.
Yay, we found the old man. Trick him to staying put.
Thank you, both of you. You've been most kind. The memory of serving the late Archduke was as one light in the darkness, and now that light burns a little more brightly. It's nothing but a fantasy, of course, but it's better than the truth of the matter. A damn sight better.
For him, it might end up being his final fantasy.
The blight is on our doorstep. Our harvests are
He's
failing.
pretty old.
The people are leaving in droves. If it weren't for Lady Hannah selling half her worldly goods to provide for the few of us who stayed behind, we would long since have starved. We want to keep the bearers safe here, we really do. But unless a miracle happens, we won't be able to spare a crust of bread to share between them soon enough.
Is it really that bad?
So bad, I even petitioned the Imperial garrison to take them. But when they found out where they'd come from, they damn near spat in our faces. Ducal dogs, they called them. Enemies of the Empire.
I know a man named Sid, who would gladly give a home to any bearer in need of one. Leave this with me. As soon as I return from Phoenix Gate, I'll speak with him.
Thank you, my lord. Will you be passing through Eastpool on your way back? I should very much like to speak with you again, if you have the time.
I wouldn't.
Regarding the future of the village, and what might be done for Lady Hannah. After all, she's done for us.
Yes, of course. I'll be back anon.
Fare you well, my lord, my lady. I wish you a safe journey.
Quest complete. Starting to feel like I'm playing One Piece Odyssey again. Every time I feel like I'm making a little bit of progress, I have to stop and help every single fool that walks up. Not a good thing. But we are keeping a much more brisk pace than Odyssey, fortunately. It's a special door. Got a little bit of heft to it.
The Deadlands are aptly named.
I didn't realize they were this close.
Are
no wonder their crops are failing.
Dead?
The blight is leaching the ether from the soil. And when the last drop is drained, their fields will turn to this. No plants, no animals, no life.
And no monsters. I suppose that's one small mercy.
Really? Be surprised if we didn't run into something out here. Well, yeah, it's knocking on their doorstep pretty dang close. But anyway, back to the microphones. Yeah, it was just like kind of started bugging me after a while. I mean, it was to the point, like, I couldn't even have a fan on.
Any magic here.
Another thing to worry about. As if the absence of ether didn't cause enough problems.
Take away the lad's life force, and problems are all that's left.
You'd actually hear the blade spin in the distance, and then if the fan was indirectly, or, you know, sort of directly pointed at the mic, you would pick up, like, the wind sounds. Eventually ended up getting a windscreen for it. I had a pop filter and a windscreen, but to me it seemed like it would be necessary.
Before the blight took it.
I remember. It was beautiful.
Just to kind of cover up the noise that was going on. Eventually started using programs, I think probably about 2017, I think it was, because I were playing Resident Evil 7. But around then is when I started using actual, like, audio programs on the computer that would kind of help clean up the sound a bit.
What's this? Another relic of the Fallen.
Guess so. Looks like we need something before we could get in there. It's like an old traditional crystal Final Fantasy. One of them long ones. Never got into like a noise gate though. They were always kind of tricky for me. I know OBS one has one integrated, but every time I tried to use a noise gate, it would not work out so great. It would actually end up cutting out my voice more often than not. So after all the years of fiddling around with programs and trying to clean up the audio of the Blue Yeti, I finally decided to go for something else. Started looking a little bit more into microphones and how they work, and ended up finding out there were differences between the two. There were condensers and dynamic. And finally found that dynamic was kind of the way to go.
There it is. Phoenix Gate. Where it all went wrong.
Come on, Clive. It's time to discover the truth.
Let's find out what the truth's all about. So, after a while, ditched the blue and decided to go with something a little bit on the cheaper side. I wanted to try and experiment with the dynamic microphone, see how it ended up working out for me. So went with something, Samson Q2U. Very good microphone for the price. Actually sounds pretty dang good, like right out of the box. Some might argue it might even sound better than, the multiple $100 microphone that I'm using right now, but there are pros and cons to it, of course.
It's almost as if time had stood still.
I suppose no one had any cause to return here. No. It's just as I left it.
Man up, Clive. Come on.
Let's have a look around.
It's like the third time you've cried this stream. Buried memories.
Could I have done this?
Could anyone?
Yeah, I think you could. Actually, that's pretty slick. I remember last time we saw a skybox with something big in the distance doing Final Fantasy VII Remake. And when you're up like real high in Midgar, you're kind of getting past the plates. You're climbing that shiny golden wire of hope that they didn't even mention. Which I don't even think there was a wire anymore. But anyway, when you're way up there and you see the skybox for Midgar, it looked like shit. It looked so bad. Felt kind of bad. I'm like, ooh, that doesn't look great. There were so many little things in that game that just looked awful. But this, actually, it's pretty convincing. Like, I could tell it's a skybox, but the way it kind of moves with the camera, you can sort of tell, but it actually looks decent. So, I'm glad somebody got their act together over at Square.
What is it, Torgal? Clive.
I haven't fought anybody substantial. A good amount of time. Oh.
That's him.
It's just the hooded guy. Probably ain't gonna be fighting him.
He's the only one who can tell me what happened. I have to know.
Alright, but before we get to knowing, is there anything around here I could pick up? Look like it.
Where is he?
Nowhere to be seen.
Damn it! He's like a bloody eel.
What is this place, anyway? Some sort of shrine?
Oh, sorry. You've never been here before. This is the Hall of the Gate.
The gate?
It's a relic of the Fallen. Only the Phoenix's dominant can open it.
Hence the castle's name. This was where Joshua was supposed to...
Best not talk about that, I guess.
Yes. He would have stepped through this door the next morning and listened to the words of our ancestors.
Would you have gone with him?
No. The apodatory is holy ground. None but the dominant may enter. I
like in Final Fantasy X, when they go to the Chamber of the Faith.
And prayed for my brother's safe return.
That's pretty much exactly like the Chamber of the Faith.
Where the hell did he go?
Perhaps he went inside.
He couldn't have. He'd need the power of the Phoenix. Thank you, Joshua.
Are you sure about this?
Nevermore.
Hall of the
Another
Ancestors.
gate. Let's see if this one opens.
Like I said, that thing that we saw on the outside.
Could this place really be a fallen ruin?
I need a particular element power.
It's perfect. Like it was built yesterday.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Oh, it looks like a battle arena.
Jill?
What do we do?
The usual.
Gotta fight the bugs. Fallen bug. Yes, they are bugs.
It's over.
Anyway, go back to rambling on about mics since we're on the topic of compensation. Or maybe not. That actually ended up being a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be. Well, whenever we catch a break, I suppose.
More trouble.
Got lightsabers. So the difference between, the two major microphones that you usually see is there's a condenser and there's dynamic microphones. Dynamic is kind of more towards what I'm gearing towards nowadays. Condenser microphones, like the blue I had, Blue Yeti back in the day. It's kind of like, I don't know. So in microphones, there's capsules that pick up the sound, basically. And when you have a condenser microphone, the capsule is always active and will pick
How
up
can these things still function?
any sound,
How can any of this?
which
This
is why
must be
people
what the
complain
fallen
about
ruins
it,
were like
picking
before
up
they fell.
background noise, which is why I heard it picking up like the clacking of the controller buttons, keyboard and mouse, fans, that kind of stuff. So it's always got electricity running through it. It's always picking up sound. When you have a dynamic microphone, the capsule in there that picks up audio is activated by, your voice, by actual loud sound that's in and around it. Sort of the bad thing for some people, though. I know a lot of streamers, especially, low talkers, and I'm guilty of this plenty. So you kind of have to speak up with them. But it's good training, because, more, I don't know, conversational, people that are easier to listen to. Because usually when you're talking through a mic, you tend to want to speak up a little bit so that people can hear you. And low talkers, mutterers, people that don't really accentuate with their words, it tends to not be always the easiest to listen to. So, it's not always the greatest choice for somebody that just kind of wants to hang out and maybe is super, super mellow about the way they carry on conversations. But, the good thing is that considering that it's not always active, it's not going to be picking up those lower sounds. Still, sometimes when I don't have actual programs running on, this microphone had no noise cancellation whatsoever.
Then let's give it
chances are it'd still be able to pick up some keyboard sounds. Maybe if I was pushing a button extra loud or using the original Xbox controller or the GameCube controller. Oh, let me get out of that. Then we might have a problem. But so far, been doing pretty good with it. So the Samson Q2U was the first one that I got that was a dynamic microphone. And that one actually, like I said, might sound a little bit better to some ears. It does definitely have more of a like studio sound to it. Not digging these lightsabers. Oh my god. What I can do is take care of this guy. He's got damage.
I'm glad you're here.
Trying to get away from that. There's certain sound styles with particular microphones that make them sound a little bit more polished in some regards. I think particularly with like that Samson Q2U, that sounds kind of more like a studio microphone. But it also, I don't know, some people like trained ears might find it a little bit more cheap sounding. But I think to the general public, considering that a lot of podcasters, other people that tend to use microphones quite a bit, use microphones that have that weird sort of like, I don't know how to call it. It's like almost sort of like a fake sound to it.
None. Let's find the hooded man and leave.
It probably sounds better just because it's an industry standard for people that are leading the industry, basically. But eventually I ended up getting the Electro Voice RE20, which that was always on my list for being a microphone that I wanted. Like if I had a dream microphone that I could use, it would be that one. Finally ended up getting it. Found it for a decent deal. This one has got to be old. I looked all over to see if it was marked with any sort of date. Did not come with an instruction manual or anything like that. Basically just came with a case, a broken clip that normally would be used to hook onto a mic stand. So couldn't use it that way. And I think it came with an XLR cable maybe, but I'd have to think this one came from like the 80s or something like that. Electro Voice RE20. Hey, bombs.
Whatever they are, I don't think they're friendly.
Probably want to be careful with them. I don't know, that fire might be a good idea with these guys. Sort of avoid them if we can. Oh, actually. Oh, God. Oh, it grew. Okay. I didn't know that was going to happen. It's going to blow up. Kind of. But anyway, the mic I'm using right now, it's a professional grade microphone. It's actually used by recording artists. I was just watching a video the other day, watching Radiohead do some home sessions from, I don't know, some music thing from probably about 10 years ago. And all of them were using Electro Voice RE20s. Every once in a while I'll see like a radio set up.
Joshua have had to run this gauntlet too.
No. At least not that I ever heard about. I imagine the Phoenix would receive a warmer welcome.
I'll see podcasters even when they're doing like live sessions. They got the recording, video recording on.
Here we
And
go
I see
again.
it pop up quite
Where
a
will we
bit.
end up
It's
this
still
time?
Surrounded by contraptions hell-bent on murdering us, I expect.
used by professionals
Could the hooded man really have taken this path?
pretty
We
frequently.
won't know until we've followed it all the way to the end. Come on, let's keep looking.
So it's a good microphone to have, but it's a very clean sounding microphone. And I think for like the untrained ear, it might not sound as polished. But I don't know, I like it. Compared to the other microphones that I was using, like the Samsung QTU and definitely the Blue Yeti, it doesn't have that artificial sound that a lot of people sort of attribute to, you know, sounding good. But it's actually closer to what like my actual voice sounds like. Whereas when I was using those other microphones, very digital and like synthetic sound to it. So you're hearing the real me. That may or may not be a good thing. Stay out of that for a sec. Barking. Try to actually take it out.
Sick of Toggle.
Hey, Cocolico, yeah. Thank you, I appreciate that. Very handsome voice. I appreciate the follow, too. Thank you. Listening to my microphone chatter. I spent months trying to learn about microphones and how they work, so I guess I feel the need to divulge that kind of information at some point, especially when nothing's really going on in the game. But thank you, I appreciate it. It's always kind of a fascinating thing once you start getting into it. A lot of the streaming equipment, as far as like the actual equipment side of things, it's always kind of intrigued me.
Thank you, Jill.
I've always kind of wanted to get, you know, the best equipment that I could, even if it, you know, doesn't match the actual, you know, stream professional-wise. I'm just playing video games, but I'm going to be putting myself out there. I want to try to get the best. It's always fun experimenting. I've always wanted to kind of just like get things just to, you know, try new stuff out. One of the things I was thinking about getting was another one of those industry standard things, much like the Blue Yeti was used back in the day. The Shure SM7B is now the IT microphone. Nobody really talks about Blue anymore, but Shure stuff, there it is all the way out there. Podcasts, a lot of podcasters use it, mostly because Joe Rogan that's his go-to microphone. So, oh my God, this move again, Jesus. I just not want to give up on that one. Always tagging me with it at the worst opportune times, too. Good on the AI, not so great for me. Bit of a pain in the ass battle. There's a couple different Shures out there. Much like this microphone, though, it is not cheap. So, and it's a little on the newer side. It's not been around as long as the Electro Voice RE20, so I probably wouldn't be able to snag a good deal on like a ancient version from the 80s or whatever. Probably look around and see if there's something possibly somebody just like gave up on and they don't want to deal with it anymore. But it's like a $300-400 microphone in most cases.
Look out! There's more of them.
They'll fall like the rest.
Let's see what's coming out. It's about bombs, though. I don't want to deal with bombs. Shit. I guess I can't cast projectile magics like that. I don't know if the fire elements actually do much of anything. It's like most of the time when I was fighting these guys the first time they popped up, I was using the wind magic just because I was thinking, well, fire might end up aiding them, but I don't really think it does much anything. Shit. There it goes blowing up again. Maybe I should start using abilities with these guys just to make sure that they don't actually blow up on me.
At least we won.
I feel like maybe we don't get experience from them. Tends to be the case, I think. Some of the Final Fantasies anyway. If they blow up, you get nothing. Will of the Wind, Rook's Gambit. I think we picked up another piece of gear earlier, but I didn't really take a look at it. Maybe it was this one, Gouge. Increase Gouge damage by 15%. Increase Rook's Gambit will damage by 10%. You know, the other thing that we haven't looked at either is the abilities. I've been neglecting that this whole entire stream. I haven't even taken a look at it. It's probably a good thing, maybe, because maybe we can unlock something good. Summon a massive pillar of fire that burns all enemies caught within the flames while partially restoring Clive's HP. Now that sounds nice. That's like 1600 though. We got one over here that's 1640. Summon a tornado that slowly hunts down enemies and upon ensnaring them inflicts multiple hits. I like the sound of something that heals. So why don't we give that a try? If we want to master it, it's going to be an additional 2300 points or about 2400, but we'll be getting that anytime soon. However, still sounds pretty slick, so why don't we give it a try? Probably have to use it sparingly. I'm sure the cooldown on it is nothing to scoff at. Anyway, those Shure microphones, they got a real slick sound to them though. Like I said, it's kind of like that more processed sort of synthetic sound, but still sounds kind of cool, even if it might not be my preferred method.
I don't like this.
Ooh, what's this? Looks like a judge. Oh no, actually it looks like a iron giant.
Seems the feeling's mutual.
This time.
Movements are kind of slow, but looks like one of those type of enemy attacks where it takes them a while to charge up and then it follows through with something a little on the quicker side.
My wounds, boy.
He's a big guy, all right. Timing on some of these hits.
This time.
I was doing so well at first. Thank you for the encouragement. Hopefully so.
This time.
Honestly, I don't think we've died yet, so if I die to this guy, it'll be the first. Looking like it might be the case, though. Get that stone tonic on. Oh, great. Big attack right when he backs up.
A little help.
Finally, got staggered. Time for the big one. Not too bad, not too bad.
Get him.
You know, for not being able to do 2 of my ability attacks, actually did a lot of damage.
It's drawing in energy.
Not for long, it isn't. With me.
Problem is the charge on this. Alright, we stopped it.
This is our chance.
Yeah, getting that cyclone, well, not the cyclone, but like fire tower thing. It's gonna take a minute. Actually, given how I usually play, I tend not to use the abilities except for staggered sequences, so that might end up working out okay.
This time.
I'm out of potions. Ugh. And again.
Too slow.
It's a different attack.
Sick of Torgal. A little help. Torgal.
Different move.
Well done, Torgal.
Get that stagger in there. Okay. Try this again. Get some HP up. I will take what I can get. Once again, not terrible for actually missing out on a ability attack. Hey, it was an Iron Giant. Nice. Fallen Iron, I think, is a new one. The rest of it's just crafting material we've seen before. Pretty good, though.
It's done.
What are these creatures? And why do they keep attacking us?
Good questions. I'm sure we'll not get any answers. Big guy down. No kidding.
They're probably asking themselves the same thing. We're the ones trespassing here. They're just protecting their home.
I think they're autonomous. I don't know that they have any conscience, but, you know, maybe you're right, Clive. We have to be dour about the whole situation.
Jill, look.
The chamber.
Is that some kind of mural?
It's worth a closer look, whatever it is.
What a mope. Yep, we got through it. Took a little bit of doing, but... Favor of Wind, Wicked Wheel. I just don't... I don't know. I feel like since it's more default to the fire element, probably should just stick with the any sort of accessories that boost those particular ability attacks. And the wind ones, I don't know, they might be nice, but the two I've got right now for those particular abilities, they're not as good. Of course, I just spent like 2,000 ability points to get one of the better fire abilities too, so it's part of it. But what the hell?
All right then.
Right into another battle, huh? Well, that kind of sucks, especially with a new enemy type, Lich. Lich the bitch. I don't have any potions, so it's gonna maybe not go so great.
Get him!
It's level 19. I guess it seems to be going down super quick. Ran into that one. Need that HP recovered. Much HP recovery, to be quite honest.
Not this time.
Oh, no.
A little help.
Multi-attacks like that are not good. Good. So I get that stagger up. Actually, it wasn't too long since we staggered him the last time, so I'll use my major ability. Since I can't regain health.
What was that thing? It wasn't like the others.
It would seem this place holds even more secrets than we thought.
It would seem so. Thank God. Let me go look around and see if I can pick up anything else. Definitely could use a potion or two. Two different doors, but I don't know if one is optional or what.
Look out!
Better already.
Oh, when did I get all those potions? Dropped them from a battle or something. I thought I was completely out of regular ones. What's this?
What have we here?
Oh, okay, never mind.
Another fallen wonder.
Thought it was gonna be another elevator. I'll be kicking myself since I didn't choose the other one. I guess it must be necessary then. Except these little combat rooms. That's my what? Like, now's the time to be taken off anyway. Surprised you took care of the other ones.
Lights.
Well,
Camera.
that did something.
Action. Just the buttons in here, yeah. Not seeing anything else.
So, it isn't a dead end after all.
Well, saw the door from a distance, kind of
Apparently
figured.
not.
Always got to be such a doubter.
It all seems to lead to this room.
And look what's in it.
Oh, I was trying to look
How
up.
old do you suppose this is? 1,000 years? More?
I don't know. I've never seen anything like it before. Who is that in the middle, do you think? Some sort of god? You're him. The second dominant of fire. Who are you?
Okay. That's a little weird. Oh, it was all a dream.
What? I'm back.
Joshua! Stop it! Please! Stop!
It's got a time stop ability.
I did this. I killed him.
Joshua chose me to be his shield. He gave me his blessing and asked me to keep him safe. I should have protected him that day. It was my duty.
Clive.
Joshua.
I'm sorry. I failed you.
Joshua died. I killed him.
And I blamed another for what I did, to spare myself the guilt. I feared that by accepting it, I would lose what little was left of me. So I ran from everything.
And now? Are you ready to accept the truth?
I am. I know it won't be easy, but it's what I must do. So that Joshua's soul can finally rest in peace.
That awaits me. I will press on.
Come, Ifrit. Show me who you truly are.
You straight up fight Ifrit. Alright, well, I guess he fought Garuda just like, you know, hand to hand. Oh, God. I don't have a whole lot going for me right now. Big area effect. Yeah, I'm gonna get hyped for the end here. You guys got a lot of attacks that seem to cover a wide range, which ain't great for me. Like the sound of that. All right, cool.
Not this time.
going to be a while before we get that stagger break. He's just, it's not a big distance for him, but like everywhere he goes, it takes me like a good 10 seconds to follow up with him.
Not this time.
Should have been going for that. I want to move away from it. I want to move away. Ow. Too late on that one. Pretty close to getting that break. He's actually lost a decent amount of health too, so kind of hesitant to use another ability by the time I get up there. Might end up cracking that cage. But
Not this time.
get me in there. We're so close. Come on.
Too slow.
There we go, finally. Goddamn. Just enough. I mean, it wasn't too bad. It was easy enough to dodge most of his hits once you actually get to see everything, but felt like it was going to take a while. Don't walk off like the hero yet. Yeah, see? Something was going to happen. Dark Link battle.
Still you deny it. Even when the truth's staring right at you. Come on, Clive. Face your fears.
Face yourself. real face-off. Hey, I don't have that move.
Too slow.
Damn. Thought he was closer than that. I can't drag him to me? That sucks.
Not this time.
Sometimes doppelganger fights are really fun, but sometimes it can be a pain in the ass. It's in line with like the rival fights. So if you have like a rival in the game. Sometimes those can either be really fun or really frustrating. This guy's got a lot of HP though. Oh. Actually, we haven't had a QTE sequence in a while. I wonder if that may, like, take a little additional damage off.
What?
Yeah, what? Someone's gone and pulled his double trigger.
You'd help me learn by example.
Garuda, lend me your strength. Not this time.
Whoa, whoa. Fire attack.
This time. Too slow.
Nope. Decent amount of damage, but I don't think it was enough. Jeez.
Not this time.
Oh no! Shit. That was the first game over. Well, I mean, there was a lot of shit happening there. I guess you just can't get close to him because it seems like that's where most of the damage is done. All right. Let's retry. See what part it puts me at. I have to do the Ifrit fight again.
I see. You'd help me learn by example.
There's even a little bit of an HP dock, so that's good. They give me a full potion, too. That's pretty nice. Thanks, game. Didn't save me there. Damn it, hold on. Alright, sorry about that. Saw another bug wander in, but too slow to catch it. Keep my eyes open. Worst opportune time, too. Now here we go with this Hellfire thing again. Ooh, what sucks about this is that, I guess maybe precision dodging is all you can do, but, like, he draws you in with that attack as well. I'm still got caught by that. Dashing around too much. There we go. Come on. Oh, no QTEs or anything?
No escape, eh? It's all right. I'm done running from you. Together, then. It's time to find out who we are, once and for all.
L3 and R3 to accept the truth. I don't think we've seen that before. First time I've seen that prompt in a video game.
Show yourself, Ifrit.
It's like a rage mode or something. Not even doing anything. Oh, I see, like, HP recovery happens pretty damn quick, too. His ass kicked.
Enough. I know the truth of it now. You are not afraid. I am.
Three boss battles, huh? Fight Ifrit with Clive, fight Clive with Clive, and then fight Ifrit with Ifrit. This is more of a glorified sequence than anything. Seems like we're taking the infernal Eikon down pretty easy. Nice. Alright, damn well better level up. Fire shard, used in crafting. Probably a new weapon out of that. Some magic ash.
Yes, no, you will resolve it. Well, it has occurred union. Talia Shinir.
Clive, are you all right?
Standing there grunting for the past 10 minutes.
It's nothing. I'll be fine. No more chasing shadows. The hooded man isn't here. We should go.
Clive, are you sure you're all right? Whatever it is, you can tell me.
I had a hard enough time telling myself. I awakened as a dominant of fire, right here in this castle, and I've been running from it ever since. But now I know for certain who I really am. The second Eikon of Fire, who killed my brother and burned this castle to the ground, was me. Ifrit.
Clive.
I took so many lives that night, and destroyed so many more, including yours. And I must atone for the crimes I've committed. But not before I learn the whole truth. How can a second Eikon of Fire even exist? And why was I chosen as its dominant? Who is the hooded man who brought us here? And what does he want? I need to know. And since I'm still breathing, I might as well make myself useful.
We'll find your answers together. I want to learn the truth too. There'll be time enough for atonement when we're done.
I was hoping you'd say that. I don't think I could do this without you. You never were one to hide from the truth, even when we were young. And you haven't changed a bit.
You're wrong. I have changed. But I don't want to be that person anymore. The things she did were unforgivable. And yet, they're what brought us back together.
Thank you, Jill.
Torgal just kind of standing there.
If he is here, then the disturbance I felt at the care must have been confounded. The hour is later than I thought.
I wonder if he's got some sort of time traveling thing going on.
Tell me, who did this, or I'll see you suffer the same fate.
The man who delivered the coffer said, he said Sid paid him.
I let you run amok with the rest of your rats, and this is how you repay me? I'll find out where he is. I'll crush him, flay him, rip out his heart, him and all his filthy brood, and send every last one of them to hell. Out. Now!
Yes, yes, my lord.
What's in the box?
victim.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if it was her head in there. I don't know. Might just be some sort of personal belonging or something. The meaning of life. Finally, Clive has found a purpose. Clive has gained control of the Eikon Ifrit, allowing access to iconic abilities such as Ignition, fiery lunge that drives back enemies while dealing continuous damage, as well as unlocking the Limit Break gauge. Oh, there's a Limit Break. Slots for Ifrit's abilities are shared with those for the Phoenix and can be confirmed via Abilities tab in the main menu. Limit Break gauge, located beneath Clive's HP bar. Release Clive's Inner Beast and Semi-Prime into Ifrit by pressing L3 and R3. This gauge is full. The gauge fills in battle by both taking damage as well as successfully performing offensive and defensive maneuvers. Semi-priming temporarily grants increased attack potency and speed, gradual HP regeneration, and guard-breaking strikes. Alright. It's kind of typical for action games nowadays to have what I call the Spartan Rage mode, because the original God of War games back on the PS2 are probably some of the first ones to do something like that.
So, what next?
We return to Eastpool. I promised the mayor I'd talk to him again. About Lady Hannah, amongst other things. Though she may be loath to leave, I can't help thinking she'd be safer with Sid too.
All right. We should arrange an introduction then.
Yeah, I don't know. Big Titan Man might have something to say about that. Dog's growling.
Torgal, what is it?
Nothing good, I'll wager. Come on.
Alright. Well, actually, before we get into something, because it might end up being something major, sometimes you get the ball rolling, sometimes it goes on and on and on for a while and nothing happens in this game. You're going fetching old men that are gazing longingly at a cliffside. And then sometimes you get the ball rolling and things just like keep happening. And yeah, it takes a while before it stops. So I think for right now, just in case, because I was kind of looking at finishing up pretty soon here, I think we'll go ahead and call it. And we'll come back to this. I'm thinking hopefully maybe tomorrow we'll end up streaming. Might even go for a little bit longer depending on when I start. I was hoping to start earlier today, but just wasn't in the cards. So we'll see. But yeah, I'd like to put some more time into this. We'll do like a 4 or 5 hour stream or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I was looking for like a big event to happen before we finally settled on. But yeah, so far so good. Would like more of the big stuff, less of the weird little side questy bits, but it's been interesting thus far. Yeah, we'll be back at it hopefully tomorrow. Do some more Final Fantasy XVI then. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like there is anybody streaming that I know about at this late hour. Type some stuff in manually. Oh, none of the people I know of at all. Alright, that's too bad. Well, I guess we'll just end it here, but thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it as always. Thank you, Coco, for the follow earlier. Appreciate you being here. Maybe we'll see you back on the next one. But in the meantime, you guys take care. Have a good night. Catch you later.